What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys have a fantastic day today. And today we have the May, June, and July 2021 Reno-Tahoe International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we finally have an update on Reno-Tahoe International Airport. It's been way too long since we've been able to have an update on Reno, and I'm super excited to finally be back here. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. And today we have a large and awesome Reno-Tahoe International Airport update for you guys. The airport is super full and there's a lot of awesome stuff going down, so I'm really glad that you guys are here to be a part of it. Thank you guys for being here today. Like I said, I really hope you guys are excited for this awesome update. We have a lot going on, everybody. So let's dive right in, shall we, to the Southwest section over here at Concourse B. Lots of awesome stuff going on over here. Southwest has had a ton of operations and some new flights starting over here at, this is Reno-Tahoe International Airport. I got too many model airports to keep up with in terms of naming. So here we go, everybody. So here is the lineup of the new services and that sort of thing for Southwest. So Southwest, here's what it, some of these came on the wayside, they were announced by Southwest through press releases and stuff. So really cool. So I believe these two routes were on the section of, they were once flown, but these are kind of resumption routes, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. But those two routes being Orange County and San Jose, California, the Reno-Tahoe International Airport, which is really cool. Now, I think I may have read that the frequency is weekends only. I could be wrong on that. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but still really cool. And then on top of that, Burbank will be starting on July 11th. That's going to be a really nice complement route. So Reno really has a bunch of really good routes right here. So that's really exciting. So we'll start up there at B1 with the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. I'm not sure if we got to put in the April update, but the MAX has been very well established now for numerous months. Reno has seen their fair share of them, usually 2 or 3 a day, which is really cool. So let's say that this guy's coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada, one of the biggest routes here out of Reno, I think the biggest by numbers, and he's going to be making a flight for us today out to Denver. Following as such at B3, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800. This guy's in the heart livery with the split scimitars. He's currently loading up with service out to Long Beach. I think that's mainly a 700 route, but we'll throw an 800 on there for today. And he's going to be making a flight out to Oakland today following as such. And then currently right here, getting ready to push back from B5, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. This guy is in the Canyon blue paint scheme. When I was setting up Reno, I was really surprised by how many new models I'll be getting that kind of have a correlation to some of my older Gemini Jets models mainly. And one of those being the Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Canyon blue livery. NG just did the split scimitar a few months ago, and I'm really excited to get it, or get it opened, I should say. But it's just absolutely crazy how many of these models will be coming to the collection. So I'm really excited to get into our next unboxing very soon, hopefully. Anyways, this guy's currently getting ready to push back here. I kind of set it up around a night time theme, but it's not all completely off of that. But I thought with some of the overnights and everything, I kind of set it up that way because it's the best way to encompass everything. But anyways, we had this Canyon Blue 737-700. This guy's currently getting ready to push back service out to Houston Hobby. We'll say that he's coming in from Orange County. So really nice lineup over here. And then over here at Gate Bravo 7 and Bravo 9, we have two more Southwest aircraft. I think they're overnighting 5, which is really impressive for an airport the size of Reno for Southwest. So over there at B7, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. This guy's in the heart livery with split scimitars. He arrived in quite a while ago in from, let's go with, we'll say Burbank for the new flight, so that's awesome. And he'll be making a non-stop service back out to, let's go San Diego in the morning. Then we have the Florida one Southwest Airlines 737-700. Awesome livery right here. This guy's currently loading up, and we're going to say that he'll make a flight out to Chicago Midway after arriving in from, let's go with San Jose. I don't think I got to say that yet. So really nice lineup over here for Southwest, most certainly. And moving on over to the Delta section. So we'll kind of split this up into 2 sections. So we have the mainline Delta section, and then we have the connection Delta section, but they kind of had it set up weird. So we'll get into the connection here in a minute. But anyways, right here, as we can see, we have 2 Delta mainline aircraft looking very nice right here. At B10, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 without winglets. This is kind of one of the big things that I was getting after before I got really sick was I wanted to get the Delta 757-200 without winglets, not only to serve as charters, but also for passenger services to Reno and Orange County. And they actually fly them quite a bit in from Atlanta, quite a few non-winglet aircraft. So that's really cool. I believe they have the normal Delta configuration, or 757 configuration, the non-Delta 1 configuration, I'm pretty sure. So that's why they're utilized on these flights, but still very cool. Anyways, this guy's currently at B10 getting serviced up on the turnaround service out to Atlanta, so he'll be pushing back pretty shortly. Really awesome model. I know there's a couple glue marks over there on the left main landing gear, but outside of that, really awesome model. So I'm very glad to have that one in my collection. And currently loading up over there at B8 right behind it, we have the NG models 1 to 400 scale, Delta Airlines, Boeing 737-800, of course in the I saw a different name for this livery. I've always called it the Delta widget, but I think I saw a name of Up and Away or something like that. It was something. But anyways, this guy's currently loading up with non-stop service back out to Salt Lake City. So solid mainline right there. It's been mainly 738s and no 739s, but I'm honestly not too disappointed with that because we don't have a good Delta 739 mold aircraft combo, but we do have the NG models 800, which is spectacular. So really solid aircraft right there. And we'll zoom into currently pushing back. And currently pushing back from gate B6, we have the JetBlue Airways Airbus A320. This guy's in the blueberry tail with the sharklets. Non-stop service out to New York, John F. Kennedy. New York and Los Angeles have both sustained, but I think they're, 4 weekly or so right now. So glad to see that they're here to some capacity. But hopefully they're doing well. I knew Los Angeles was doing all right. I'm not sure about JFK. So nevertheless, I hope they're doing pretty well. So that's pretty awesome. Then we have a very interesting Delta movement over here that we'll see momentarily. And currently right here, we have 2 Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170s that will both be filling in for SkyWest Embraer 175s. So we do have some very interesting stuff going on over here. So I think Delta, because they are overnighting, I don't think 10's used as an overnight, but since that Delta 757 gets in fairly late, I think what they're doing is they're parking these 2 connection aircraft over here because these gates are vacant. I guess this is kind of the Delta section or whatever the cause may be with B4 and B2. So anyways, so you're probably wondering why we have 2 here. Well, we'll get into that with this Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170 here at gate B4, operating for SkyWest Embraer 175. This guy is currently making a non-stop service in from a brand new destination that got announced while I was unable to film, being the one and only Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Really solid ad for Delta. That's really going to complement Alaska's service really well, and I'll be eager to see how that ends up going down. They'll probably be pretty sustainable, but what's really cool about Reno's network here for Delta is they have Seattle, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, and Atlanta. That's kind of a very... You don't see that from every airport. I mean, this region's not impossible. I think probably like the Bosmans of the world and that kind of airports, those kind of airports, pardon me, have kind of the four-lit, whatever you want to call it, of those Delta city pairs. But really cool for an airport like Reno to see as such. So I'm very delighted to see that. So brand new service, Salt Lake City. Seattle. Absolutely awesome stuff. Welcome Seattle for Delta Connection. It is a 175, I think twice daily, so that's really cool. And then over there in the top, we had the Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170 filling in for another SkyWest Embraer 175. This one's making the more routine Los Angeles service, which actually, if I'm not mistaken, I get this Reno and Albuquerque confused. That route, I believe, started last fall. So to see Delta double their city pair, or not city pair, destinations out of Reno is really awesome, even though Los Angeles was here at a time, but still, that's a really awesome network there to see those corner hubs doing their thing. So very cool. And if you don't know what a corner hub is, highly recommend checking out Benjamin's Aviation's recent How a Hub is Decided video. It's really good. Alrighty, currently pulling in over here after just landing on, I believe it's runway 16, but I could be wrong. 16 right, I think, is the main landing runway. We have this American Eagle Bombardier Acer Day-700 operating on behalf of SkyWest Airlines. This guy's currently making a non-stop service in from Los Angeles International Airport. Lots of Los Angeles flights, which is really awesome to see. So he'll be going to take gate that another American Airlines aircraft switching back from. So really awesome service right there. I think it's 3 dailies, so absolutely love to see this. And currently taxiing over to the active runway right here, we have the Cessna Citation 560. I believe this is XL, but I could be wrong on that. We're going to say that this guy's currently, we'll say that he arrived in from Aspen, and he's going to make a non-stop service out to, I forget Los Angeles' main GA airport. I want to say it's Van Nuys or something like that. It's something along those lines. But we'll say that he's doing that. So hopefully I can get more Shapeways aircraft soon. It's been really difficult with how many good models have been coming out, but I'm very hopeful that I can get some more soon. So that is definitely on my objective list. So we'll take a look at a couple, or actually we'll take it over to Concourse C and proceed on from there. And over here we have the bulk of the United section. I was able to get them another gate in here because I've kind of made a little bit more accurate representation of Reno's particular gate situation. Even though it's not perfect, it's still much closer than what I originally had. So very excited to give United their adequate amount of gates now. But anyways, really cool to kind of see this. So Southwest owns the whole side of a concourse, then Delta owns the next most of it, and then United kind of has pretty much half of it right now with all their overnights, which is really cool. So we'll start up there at the top with the United Express Bombardier Acer J-200 in the Evo blue colors. This guy's operating on behalf of SkyWest Airlines, non-stop service back out to San Francisco today. I'll kind of talk about their overnight situation once we get through all these aircraft, but it's really, really neat. Next up at C3, we have the United Express Embraer J-175 in the Evo blue colors. This one is, I'm trying to think of what part. I believe it's Mesa Airlines for the Houston Intercontinental overnight. I think it's 2 daily flights, but I was trying to think because which one parked at C3, but we'll just say the Houston flight for this particular example. At C5, we have the mainline of the bulk, the United Airlines Airbus A319 in the Continental Globe colors. This guy's I love this model. I just have to interrupt real quick. I really like it. I kind of forgot. I had it back during Christmas of 2014, I think, 13 or 14, and unfortunately it broke shortly after, but then I got the replacement, so, and then the new United livery came out, but nevertheless, this Continental Globe A319 is currently loading up nonstop service out to Denver. Really cool to see that United's kind of been doing their inconsistent mainline as usual, but it is back for Denver very consistently. I think double daily, which is really nice. And the overnight right now has been some 737-900s, which is really cool. So love to see this really big time mainline for Reno. This is really nice. And currently loading up over here at C7, or rather I should say deplaning, we have the, United Express Embraer J-175 in the Continental Globe colors. This guy's going to be operating on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines today. This guy just made a service in from, where was it? Los Angeles, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So really, really cool. So this is how United does their overnights. They currently do 5, which is super impressive. San Francisco arrives at 7:40. It parks at C1. Then Los Angeles comes in next. It parks at C7. Which I think is all. I think all these are United, but then they have a common use gate that they use with some other airlines. But anyways, Los Angeles arrives in at 8:15. Then Denver comes in at about, I think it's about 9:15 if I'm not mistaken. Parks at C5. Houston comes in at 9:30, and that parks at, as you can see, C3. And then the Chicago overnight on SkyWest for a 175. It arrives in at about, I think, 10-ish. But we'll take a look at that in a moment. But we do have some more new flights, which I'm super excited to touch on. And right here we have another brand new service. This is an American Airlines Airbus A319 with sharklets. Very, very cool to see this back. I believe it was here in last fall, or late summer rather, for the Dallas service. But this aircraft has returned on a brand new service. With service to Charlotte Dulles International Airport. Really, really awesome service to see this. Really, really cool. This flight actually comes in pretty late at night and actually goes back and does a red eye to Charlotte, which in all real estate's really interesting for the current time that we're in. So I'm very, very really fascinated to see such a service as such. You probably should have worded that better. But anyways, he's currently pushing back from C9 to go back on his overnight, red eye back to Charlotte, and the Cedar J700 for SkyWest for Los Angeles is going to come take this gate overnight and go back in the morning as a normal type deal. But really, really cool to see this. I love this service. I think it's been doing really well. Americans added quite a few longer flights out of Charlotte, I should say, or kind of across the country pretty much. They've added Ontario, which is a red eye as well. Reno, I've seen both these over my house, the Ontario mainly, but Reno as well. And then they added El Paso, Texas on 737, I think. I'll be eager to see if they get Albuquerque back going. I think they added Tucson maybe, so really, really crazy lineup here for Charlotte, and really glad to see such an East Coast city expanding on their Transcon network pretty much. That would be what it is, so really, really cool. Alrighty guys, I apologize about the lighting on that American 737, but anyways, here is the situation. So what I've done is, this is the Tulsa mat, of course, or board, or whatever you want to call it. So I have B11, which is how it is at the Tulsa, but at Reno, this is actually 2 gates as I have it set up. So even though it's a little tight, kind of looks like the corner of T5, gates 1 through like 5, I was able to squeeze 2 mainline gates in right here, which is awesome because now we can represent Reno in its full entirety. Because what I was doing was I pretty much was turning C11 and C12 into one gate, which while it worked okay for a while there, especially during the pandemic, with how many overnights and things there are right now, that's just not very practical. So what I've done is got gate C11 and C12 to fit in here, and then of course we still have gate C10 over there where PSA is. So really nice lineup over here. So let's begin. So currently loading up, we have an American Airlines 737-800. This guy arrived in from Chicago about an hour ago, and he's currently getting some final bags on board, and he's going to be making that I think it's just a really late arrival into Chicago because they have a couple flights a day. I think 3 on the 737, but this flight leaves at like 12 o'clock. So that would put it getting in Chicago at about 2 or 3 a.m., which is really an interesting choice. But that's what I saw on the schedule. So there we are. So interesting choice by American right there, but there we go. And then currently loading up at C12, we have the Frontier Airbus A320 Griswold the Bear on the tail. This guy is currently loading up with service back out to Denver. This guy actually got delayed really bad. This guy was actually supposed to leave about 4 hours ago. I'm not necessarily making this up, but I'm just trying to fill the void for why this gate is open, because we'll see in a moment here a common use United aircraft actually take this gate, but I'll talk about that more in a second. So anyways, this guy's currently loading up and getting ready to head back to Las Vegas as soon as possible. And then over there, gate C10, we have the American Airlines Airbus A319. This guy in the PSA retro livery. This guy's currently loading up with just got in from Phoenix and will be overnighting and heading back in the morning. They overnight 737, and the rest of the day it's regional jets, and then the morning 10 a.m. arrival is a A319. So I thought I would do 319, but SkyWest CRJ 700, Mesa CRJ 900, and then they have a 737 overnight. So not quite as beefed up as what they had earlier in the spring, but I'm sure when the fall arrives, they're going to really go hard on mainline on that route. So, yeah, I'm really glad to get these 2 gates in here. I think it's going to really be utilized well because, like, definitely, in terms of making it as realistic as possible, this is going to be an awesome way to do it. So, yeah, and then I just really like how the setup's going. We can get all these gates in here and everything. And even though it's not perfect, what I could do is I could make a piece of paper and set it up more so as these 2 narrow body, or yeah, pretty much 2 narrow body gates kind of literally right next to each other, so it's not just white. But let me know what you guys think on that. But I'm very glad to have that going pretty well established. So really awesome stuff. While we're over here, I thought I would cover this part of the update. So right here, currently waiting for gate C11 to open up where the Frontier A320 is. We have this United Express Embraer ERJ-175 on behalf of SkyWest Airlines. He just arrived in from Chicago a little bit early, and he's currently waiting, on time pretty much, but the Frontier is way late, so that's why that gate is open. But I wanted to include all the aircraft in here. It's why that Frontier is actually occupying the gate. But United is overnighting a plane at the Frontier gate, which is really interesting because that is, I think, a common use gate. So very cool to see it because Allegiant uses it, Frontier uses it, and then now United's using it for overnight. So very cool right there. And currently pulling in the currently wait right next to the United Express, we have this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Reno Air Heritage paint scheme. Very fitting. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight in from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. He is on time, but he's currently waiting for the Chicago flight to push back, which he is right on time as well. But the Dallas flight's about 30 minutes early, so you know American with how they block flights. It's only bound to happen. But I don't know if the aircraft actually come over here to park. I just thought I would set it up like this for the most logistical, logical sake. But nevertheless, we got a lot of action, which is super cool. I'm very glad to see this. Chicago, I think, is 2 daily for United, and then 3 for American mainline regional opposed, which is really interesting. And then Dallas, I think, is a 319 and 2 or 3 737s, pardon me. It's something along the lines of that. So really neat stuff right there. Currently pushed back with service at the Guadalajara, we have the Volaris Airbus A320 Neo with the purple engines. So I think, sorry, what I was going to say was this is pretty much the only pretty way off part of the update, except for Allegiant and Frontier is the Volaris, because this is a really early morning arrival. So, but definitely wanted to include it because it's a very cool flight and pretty unique to Reno. Like I said in a previous update, this is one of the smallest airports in the U.S. they fly to, which is super cool. But anyways, like I said, he's currently pushing back nonstop service out to Guadalajara today. Also, I got another Volaris aircraft in the mail, which I'm super excited to unbox super soon, so that'll be awesome. And as we make our way over here to the Alaska Airlines section, we have some awesome stuff going on over here. At gate C5, we had the Alaska operated by this, this is a SkyWest flight, I think. It may be Horizon, but I'm pretty sure it's SkyWest. Embraer ERJ-175, this guy's currently making a non-stop service in from Los Angeles. Like we talked about in that April update, and it's kind of surprisingly, but kind of not, has sustained 2 daily flights for May, June, and July, which is awesome. So to see what was going to be a 4 weekly flight turn into double daily year round, super awesome. Palm Springs is still listed as seasonal, so hopefully it returns in the winter, but we'll just have to see. But anyways, I just arrived in from Los Angeles. We'll head back in the morning. And then right there, finally at long last, it's been way too long since we've been able to do this. But we have an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900. This is in the all-white Chester livery. This was another one that I was thinking of with the Southwest Canyon Blue, is the new NG Alaskas, the One World and the normal. I've been wanting a normal Alaska 739 for countless years now, so that it's finally going to happen with such a superior mold is super awesome. And the same can be applied for the United CRJ200. I got a new Frontier and Volaris. Like I said, I do have actually 2 Frontiers, I think. I'm trying to think if I had anything else, but nevertheless, really exciting stuff. But super glad to see the mainline back. It comes in at 110. I think this started in June, but maybe May. I think it's June though. So great to see the Alaska mainline back, and then they're doing 175s for the rest of the day on the Seattle service. So here's that Alaska 739 service out to Seattle. So really solid stuff there. Hopefully by the next update, we'll have the new mod or the One World or the normal NG in here, which is very exciting. So let's take it over to the other side of the airport, as we have some great stuff over there too. Before we do as such, we do have one more aircraft for this board. We have the DHL Boeing 737-800 operating on behalf, I think it's, I wanted to say that it's Mesa, but I'm not exactly sure, so I apologize. I should know that, but I'll research and make sure. Anyways, this DHL 737-800 is currently arriving in from Phoenix, and will make a non-stop service out to Los Angeles. Very cool to see this. This sustained through May, June, and July, which is really awesome. I don't remember if we had it in the April update, but nevertheless, super cool to see that. So anyways, like I said, he's currently getting loaded up, and he'll make non-stop service out to Los Angeles after it gets unloaded from Phoenix. And currently taxiing out on another inaugural flight. I decided to do a water cannon salute for this one because it was the easiest one to put out on the taxiway, but I could have did it for any of the new routes. Right here we have the Allegiant Air Airbus A319 in the old colors. This guy is currently making the inaugural flight out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I believe, which is a super neat destination, summer seasonal, of course. This is a, I think, 3-time weekly flight, and it started on June 4th, which is really awesome. It has been operated on the A319, even the Black Knights plane flew it, so that's really cool. But I believe the plane comes in from Las Vegas and goes to Jackson Hole and then comes back, or it may actually turn out Jackson Hole, I'm not completely sure, but still very cool to see this brand new service. Sorry that I should have did my research a little bit better, but when there's so much going on, it's hard to keep on top of it. So thank you guys for forgiving me in advance. But anyways, Allegiant Air Airbus A319, looking fine as ever. We'll just say that he's coming in from Las Vegas just to make it seem nice, or get all of our routes in here, and then rest in peace, Orange County. And he'll be making non-stop service out to Jackson Hole. What a service this is, my friends. I don't know if they did a water cannon salute for any of these inaugural flights, but since I already had them out for the Breeze inaugural and everything for Tulsa, why don't we use it here for Reno-Tahoe? And currently deplaning right here, we have the JSX Embraer ERJ-135, still one of my favorite models. We'll say this guy's currently making a flight in from Las Vegas, and we'll have non-stop service up to Burbank. So Southwest is competing with JSX on all 4 of those. Wow. That's really interesting. So would you rather go the JSX route or the Southwest route? Let me know. And currently taxiing out to the active runway right here, we have the Alaska operated by Horizon Dash AQ400. SkyWest doesn't operate any of these, so it has to be Horizon in the meatball colors or the retro colors, whatever you'd like to call it. This guy's currently taxiing out, non-stop service out to Portland. They do not overnight at Portland, so this comes in at like 7:30 and heads back, or sorry, comes in at like 7 o'clock or maybe 6:30 and goes back at like 7:30. So yeah, thought I would include it taxiing out to the active runway. So really nice stuff right there. And we have a really solid section of cargo, so let's take it over over to the cargo section. First in line, currently getting the last little bits of cargo on board, we have this FedEx Express Boeing 757-200. Now they have a boatload of services here for FedEx and UPS here on cargo flights. So let's just say that this guy is currently making a flight in from, let's go, oh sorry, I was on the UPS list. I was like, none of these look familiar, but here we go. Great Falls, and we'll be making the service out to Las Vegas today. Next in line, we have the FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. This guy's currently arriving in from Memphis and currently getting the cargo unloaded for the return flight out to Memphis. That fancy GSC, man, I can't get over it, but looking very nice right there. Next up, we have the UPS Boeing 767-300 freighter. This actually came in, unfortunately not from Louisville, but it came in from, I think it was Sacramento. It was Sacramento or Oakland. It was somewhere up there. And then he made a non-stop flight out to Ontario. So UPS 767, really wish they flew it to Louisville. It makes so much sense to me, but here we are. They do a little bit on the 757, but hey, here we are. Last but certainly not least, we have this UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter. This guy's currently pushing back. We'll say that he came in from Sacramento MHF, I think's the code, and he'll make a non-stop service out to Louisville. Let's just make it the bittersweet ending right there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this Reno update. There's a lot of awesome stuff going on over here, and I'm super glad I was able to get a solid update in it. My goal is for sure to get Dallas going for the big update, because there's a ton of stuff going on there, but also would really like to do Orange County and Phoenix storyline. I kind of need to do some coordination. Haven't got to talk to this about storyline to the voice acting staff in quite some time. So honestly, I need some fresh ideas. I want to bring that back in some real fashion. And Pensacola got its update, so I don't think that I'll do one till August and kind of try to get that back going in full. Till I'm in full swing, I'm trying to just periodically do as many updates for the airports as I can. But definitely getting on a little bit of a roll here, so that's very delighting. And yeah, I believe that is everything to this point, which is awesome. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this Reno update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section which thing you thought was the most interesting change or innovation. And yeah, hopefully maybe I can do a little bit more. Hopefully I can do another little small extension or something, maybe a portion of 1/6 left. Actually, I think on my airport, or my foil set, actually 1/6 left is one of the rolling numbers, so maybe I could print that out. That would be cool. But yeah, there's a lot of great stuff going on. Hopefully more updates to come, and hopefully more content, of course. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process, do what you love, and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.